This is kind of a surprise lesson. You'll notice with the pieces that I've given you that you can make a complete rectangle with the piece that I cut off. And you can arrange things so they're symmetrical. But, and so try a symmetrical arrangement. But this is also about what I've talked to you about a bunch of times before, is when you're trying to draw something, look for basic geometric shapes first. And so I'm going to turn my paper the other way. And see how long it takes you to figure out what this is going to be. This is the most famous painting, a portrait of George Washington. It's by Gilbert Stuart. This one is not finished. He kept this one in his studio his whole life so that he could keep copying it. So there are lots of copies around. We have one at the Huntington collection in San Marino that you could visit. So you see his face is kind of a rectangle. His nose is the triangle. We've cut that triangle off for the sloping forehead. His hair makes triangles on either side. So as you're adjusting this, I don't want you to cut it up significantly, but you could round the chin a little bit or the edges of the hair a little bit if you want to, and then you can glue things in place. And with your crayons, then you can add the details. George Washington's eyes were a kind of a blue-gray, and you may have noticed when we looked at he had kind of hooded eyes. His mouth was quite grim because he had false teeth, and they were carved out of, some say they were wooden, some said that they were from some kind of animal. So this is your portrait of George Washington using shapes. Here is a glued down Washington portrait done with crayons and colored paper.